From Montana's news leader, this is the MTN 530 News.
Good evening, everyone. Thanks for joining us on your Labor Day Monday. I'm Jeanelle Slade. Well, tonight, firefighters across Montana grateful Mother Nature stepped in to help. A 69-degree temperature drop since Saturday turns to rain and even more snow for some areas across our region. Q2 Chief Forecaster Bob McGuire here now to show us where things are going to go from here. Bob.
It just shows you there's no substitute for dumb luck, and we'll take this anytime we can get this. Let me show you what we have going for us right now, though. Look at this. Up in the mountains, it is a winter storm warning for 10 to 15 inches of snow up in all of the mountains in south central Montana. And also down in the foothills, we have a winter weather advisory for up to 5 inches of snow above the 6,000 foot level. So let's take a look at this big bad boy. Take a look at this storm. Here it is on a Doppler radar. You can see all the showers down in the lower elevations, and look at all the snow up in the mountains. Now here's what this thing's going to do the next few days. You'll notice we do have a little bit of north wind right now, still pushing most of the scattered snow and rain showers across southern Montana all the way down into Wyoming. We think maybe by the time Tuesday afternoon gets here, the whole thing is out of our way. We're looking at mostly sunny skies moving in. We'll continue to see mostly sunny skies right on Tuesday, Wednesday, even into Thursday. And from there, we're looking at a lot of sunshine the rest of the week. We'll talk about that and how warm it's going to get by the weekend in a few more minutes.
All right, thanks so much, Bob. Now that snow we saw at the top of the show tonight, a positive start to your ski season at Red Lodge. Lots of white stuff falling down on the mountain. That's scheduled for opening day on September 27th. Snow is even piling up at the Red Lodge Golf Course at an elevation of 1,400 feet below the ski resort. Well, last winter, COVID-19 forced the mountain to shut down the lifts for the season about a month before the official end date. Now, this season, skiers will follow new social distancing and masking protocols while in the lodge and lift line. Red Lodge staff expect the 2021 ski season to run until April 11th of next year. Well, all of the fire evacuation orders in Musselshell County are now lifted. As of noon today, residents in the Roundup area were allowed to return to assess their property. Over the last 6 days, the Bobcat fire southeast of town damaged several structures and burned more than 29,000 acres. Rain showers throughout the afternoon helped firefighters in their efforts to mop up the fire perimeter. While the rain did help today, officials still urge caution because fuels in the area can quickly dry up again.
The weather's really helping and will really slow down the activity. But if we're going into another drying trend, I believe it's important to keep getting the message out to folks to be careful out there with any kind of activity that could potentially spark a wildfire. Because we'll things will be wet maybe for a few days, but start to dry out again in this area. So it's just important to remain vigilant on that and preventing any future wildfires from occurring.
Now, there's still no official word on how many structures were lost or how the Bobcat fire got started. Well, in Bighorn County, progress is being made on the Sarpy fire, which is now 70% contained. There is minimal fire activity today, but crews are still keeping a close eye on the fire lines. Officials have demobilized 2 crews and are hopeful of letting more go in the coming days. No structures are threatened at this time. The fire has burned more than 52,000 acres between the Crow and Northern Cheyenne reservations. Firefighters expect to have full containment around the 58-mile perimeter of the Huff fire today. That fire burning near Jordan in Garfield County is now 65% contained. No homes have been lost, but the fire has burned nearly 47,000 acres. And it's good news in Rosebud County as crews have used today's rain to their advantage. The Rice and Snyder fires north of Ashland are now at 95% containment. The fires are secured and display no threats at this time, allowing the county assist team to demobilize its resources. And in Gallatin County, firefighters are catching a break with the cooler weather, but not before officials say dozens of homes have been damaged or destroyed as a weekend wildfire tore through the Bridger Mountains near Bozeman. Flames torched more than 7,000 acres and the fire is 0% contained. Now, crews are taking advantage of today's minimal fire activity, further constructing fire lines and securing structures. Roads and trails in the area remain closed, but some residents returned briefly this morning to check on their homes. Well, we're learning more tonight about a body found behind a downtown Billings hotel yesterday and the suspect facing homicide charges. 25-year-old Andriano Fowler is being held in the Yellowstone County Jail after police discovered a 26-year-old male victim in a car behind the Roadway Inn on North 27th Street. Billings police tell Q2 the victim, whose name has not been released, and Fowler got into a fight near Hardee's downtown. Now, the victim was found with a large laceration in his arm, and police believe he drove himself to this location after the altercation. An autopsy is scheduled for tomorrow. Well, after flames tore through a Mission Valley Cultural Center last night, fire crews found a body inside the building. Firefighters discovered the body of 33-year-old Julian Draper of Pablo in a back office. Lake County Sheriff Don Bell says Draper, who was a suspect in starting the blaze, had barricaded the doors, making the firefight more difficult. His body, heavily damaged by flames, has been taken to the state crime lab in Missoula. The People's Center in Pablo houses historical artifacts and documents of the Confederated Salish and Kootenai tribes, many of which were lost in the blaze. In other news, 86-year-old Nicholas Golder, who was feared to have been taken by an unknown individual from a long-term care facility in Fort Collins, Colorado, has been found safe here in Billings. Golder has serious medical conditions and did not have his medication with him. The missing endangered person advisory was issued last night. Now, Golder had previously lived in Forsyth, Montana. The number of active COVID-19 cases across Yellowstone County dropped by more than 200 over the weekend, from 1,011 on Friday down to 802 today. County health officials report 21 new active cases of the state's 52 new positives today. The Bighorn County woman in her 50s that died over the weekend was the 17th COVID-related death in Bighorn County and the 118th across our state. Well, on this Labor Day, employment numbers in Montana are actually looking pretty good. The U.S. Bureau of Labor reports Montana has a seasonally adjusted unemployment rate of 6.4%. As of July, Montana was among 6 states with the lowest unemployment rates in the country and is currently ranked number 6. In March of this year, the number of employees across Montana had increased by nearly 7,000 from March of 2019. Now, the top employers around our state include Talon, Montana, Fringe Benefits Resources, and Billings Clinic. Well, Labor Day means a lot more than just time off or a long weekend. Labor Day celebrates the contribution of workers to American society. The U.S. Department of Labor says it's unclear who came up with the idea, but it started with unions. The Central Labor Union appears to have planned the first Labor Day event in New York City in 1882. It became a yearly tradition, and cities and states began to officially recognize it. In 1894, Congress made a Labor Day national holiday that falls on the first Monday in September each year. Up next on tonight's MTN 530 News on Q2, social media, a miracle. We find out how one Montana man now has an extra lease on life thanks to Facebook and faith. And in sports, the PBR makes its way back to Billings Friday as Montana's defending world champ returns from injury. Scott sets it all up.